Hawaiian kapa, or bark cloth, had many uses for early Hawaiians. It was used to make clothing, such as the malo, a loincloth, the pa'u, a woman's wraparound, and the kihei, a shoulder wrap. Kapa was used for bedding and was indicative of wealth, rank, and social status in Hawaiian culture. In religious ceremonies, the cloth was considered a veil between our world and that of the gods. Due to the time and effort required to produce it, kapa making became less common as more durable and easily manufactured fabrics were made available in Hawaii. Nevertheless, the tradition of kapa making in Hawaii continues today as a craft taught and practiced by an increasing number of people. It is important to note that each kapa practitioner has their own technique for producing bark cloth. The following is simply an outline of the basic steps of Hawaiian kapa making. The process of producing Hawaiian kapa begins with the cultivation of the wauke tree, which is raised in plantation-like areas and nurtured to grow straight and tall for 12 months. Mature stalks are harvested when they are about 1 or 2 inches in diameter. The brown and green layers of the stalk are scraped away using tools like the opihi shell, revealing a fine white layer of bark called the bast. The people of other Polynesian islands and the Pacific, such as Fiji, Tonga, and Samoa, make large pieces of bark cloth by adhering smaller pieces together using plant-based glues. Hawaiian kapa, however, uses fermentation to loosen the bast fibers in preparation for beating. In this stage, the bast is soaked and fermented in water for up to 3 weeks, depending on temperature and exposure to sunlight. This is essential to ensure the quality and the texture of the finished kapa cloth. Following fermentation, the bast is laid on a large rock, or pohaku, or a kua kuku, a polished stone tablet. It is then beaten with a rounded, mallet-like tool called a hohoa. This process allows fibers to intertwine and adhere to one another on a microscopic level, creating a strong and seamless mass. After the first phase of beating with the hohoa, the piece is transferred to a large wooden anvil called a kua. Here it is gently beaten a second time by another mallet-like tool called an iekuku. Unlike the hohoa, the iekuku has 4 flat sides, each carved with a different pattern. Requiring many hours of beating and shaping, this final stage of production leaves a watermark impression in the cloth. Along with the fermentation process, the embossed patterns created by beating the kapa with an iekuku are unique to Hawaiian kapa. Once it has dried, Hawaiian kapa is decorated with natural dyes. Traditional natural dyes include a rich assortment of colors. Red dyes are made from the bark of the noni and kolea trees and the leaves of kou and amau. Yellows come from the roots of the olena and noni and the bark and roots of holei. Berries, like the akala, a type of raspberry, and the uki-uki can be used to make pink and pale blue dyes. Lavender and purples are made from sea urchin ink. Greens come from the leaves of the ma'o. Red and yellow ochres from pulverized minerals can be mixed with kukui oil for another long-lasting dye. Traditionally, unique geometric designs are printed on the surface of the cloth using carved bamboo stamps called ohe kapala. Additional patterns may be brushed directly onto the cloth using the dried phalanges of the lauhala or screw pine tree. In order to mask the distinct odor of fermented fiber, The final stage in this process involves imparting a fragrance to the fabric made from plant material. Such scents can be produced by cooking coconut oil with stems and leaves from the lawa'e fern, or by simply placing aromatic maile vine or sandalwood bark between sheets of kapa. While Pacific Island cultures share the tradition of making bark cloth, the Hawaiian people have developed a process that is unique by using trial and error over many generations.